So with the Charlotte Hornets, we're seeing how high of a tolerance level they have for certain players when we look at Kai Jones versus the Miles Bridges situation. With Kai Jones, he kind of reminds me of an early Dennis Rodman. If you go back and check out the videos, you'll see Rodman was a guy who had high energy but had really nowhere to direct it. And with the guidance of the veteran players on the Detroit Pistons and San Antonio Spurs, they're able to guide that energy and utilize it best on the court. Same thing for when he went to Chicago. Michael Jordan was able to work around that energy, letting Dennis Rodman be free in certain situations, as we've seen in the documentary of The Last Dance, and he was able to make sure he was able to hone that energy into the court. And it seems like the Hornets nowadays, especially with the league getting younger and younger, they just don't really have the veteran presence to guide Kai Jones. But other than that, he kind of turned up on Instagram, and they let him go about 11 days later after making an announcement that he was going to be away from the team for a while.
The GOAT time out there? I'm having a GOAT day? I had to do drugs or something. No, my greatest days of all time was in the long jump pit, boy. By myself, not a drug, man. I'm about to get traded. Man, I don't think so. I just met with Mitch today. I don't think I'm getting traded. I think the Hornets are very high on me. If I get that call on my phone, I will pack my bag. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And they get hit and so.
Yo, Kai turned up. Now, in the video, Kai has his hair dyed in the Hornets colors. So he's invested in the team, and he was pretty much sweating in the video because it looked like he finished working out. He said he had a GOAT time, a GOAT day. You know, he's feeling like the GOAT. He's just pretty turned up. That's all it is in the video. I mean, you know, other people that probably don't understand guys like him or just that youthful energy are probably going to interpret it in a different way. And it's funny how after this video came out, the Hornets just said he's going to be away from the team indefinitely. That was weird. And then 11 days later, he's gone. It's just sometimes some of these NBA franchises, they expect a complete polished player to come into the league at 19 years old, not realizing that it's the franchise job to sometimes craft these guys and show them the way to becoming a pro, the way they work out every day, their regimens, how to become that true professional. And the Hornets strike me as a franchise that's always been youthful. I don't know if it's a money thing, the fact that they don't have to pay guys or they could stay below a certain threshold in the salary cap. It's never really been a franchise that's shown that they have an ability to go in a particular direction. They kind of been directionless their whole existence. But on the flip side of this whole situation, when we look at Miles Bridges and the tolerance level that they had for him, and this all started last season when Miles Bridges had rejected that $60 million offer the Hornets had sent him. Just how Jalen Brunson wasn't able to capitalize on his extension with the Mavericks, and then he had a great season, was able to cash in last summer, Miles Bridges was in the exact same situation, except he rejected his extension offer because he actually got offered the extension, unlike Jalen Brunson. He took Rich Paul's advice and bet on himself and averaged 20 points per game, and he was set up to cash in last summer. And that's when, in June, he had the incident. A domestic issue occurred, and he was not able to sit at the table and just sign at the dotted line. That's all Miles Bridges had to do. He did all the hard work. He gambled on himself. All he had to do was wait a few more weeks to sit at the table to sign that extension as a restricted free agent. The Hornets at that point pretty much had their backs against the wall because another team was going to offer him a great deal. So they would have had to either match or let him go. So just put yourself in that framework of you just grinded so hard. You have a chance to have generational money for your family, but your personal actions outside of your work stopped you from getting that money. You're right there at the finish line and you pretty much don't cross it. Like, that's crazy. So it's bad enough he got suspended for all of last season. And then in January, he had an incident again, not necessarily an altercation with his girlfriend. He probably went to go visit his kids and he violated the protection order she had on him. It was some technicality stuff. I'm pretty sure the NBA investigated, the Hornets investigated it. His girlfriend actually went and defended him about the situation. Once again, it was a technicality issue of him violating the protection order. It could be something just as simple as him visiting his kids. So continuing on, the whole NBA season went past, and now the Hornets offer him a qualifying offer, which is only $7 million. Okay, the money is guaranteed. He signs it. He could start off fresh for this season, grind it out, and work your way to a big contract next season. But no. But no, Miles Bridges has had to start some shit again, as now, during this preseason, he's gotten to another incident with his ex-girlfriend by throwing objects at a car while his children were in it, endangering his kids. While with his ex-girlfriend, she's also endangering the kids. This is a mess. This is a mess. This whole situation with Miles Bridges has almost completely fucked up his rebrand. And he has no one to blame but himself. I know Rich Paul gave him the proper guidance, was like, yo, opt out of this deal, bet on yourself, and you can cash in. And that's exactly what happened, but Miles Bridges has only himself to blame. And to get into another incident after all that, even the Hornets said that they were completely blindsided by another situation that just literally happened again. So it seems like the Hornets, like many other professional sports teams, have taken the NFL blueprint of just, we might consider a guy with a checkered past just because he provides so much value to the team. And unfortunately for them, due to this recent incident, it's making them look real bad. But no one has themselves to blame but Miles Bridges.